Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of
Mom and Son Podcast. This is FQ Mom, Rose Fresh Fausto.
And Anton, Fausto, the son. So, hope you guys are having a good week. And in October, it's almost Christmas. At least for our definition.
Yeah, it is already Christmas.
It is already
in
Christmas
our definition.
in the Philippine definition. Okay, so today we're going to be tackling the topic of a gap year.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
God. What is a gap year?
What is a gap year? Personally, do I think this mama think na it's something that should be done? Is it beneficial? Chorva.
Okay, a lot of kids these days kasi before they enter college, they take a gap year. So, bago sila mag-freshman in college, they travel, etc., etc. And then there are also those who actually take a gap year when they are already in college. And you said, meron din yung iba.
The one I'm more familiar with is taking a gap year after college before working.
So that's what I call rest.
Rest. Junior rest. There's a lot of ways to define what a gap year is. Is there a specific experience why you thought of coming up with a gap year episode?
Because there are two sides to that. Some actually favor having a gap year, and others naman ayaw. And I think if I were just to choose one, I would choose the wag na. And that's very you experienced that, diba? Even just delaying 1 year. That was my request to all of you, that if you're taking up a 4-year course, take it naman in 4 years. No more na sana, diba? No?
Yeah. And it worked. At least, the three of us, we
Of
all
course.
graduated kaagad. Fortunately, we all didn't face any delays naman or anything. But then, the difference between Kuya Marty, Dikong Enrique, and my story would be they worked na kagad pretty much right off the bat. And I think I think the reason why we're discussing this topic is because there is a generational difference.
There is a generational gap.
Yes. Yeah. Let's start muna with a gap year.
While still in school.
Yes,
sige.
I think we agree here. I don't see any reason as to why someone needs to take a gap year in the middle of while they're not done yet with the degree. While they haven't fully graduated.
Yeah. Some of the reasons that they give, especially those yung before they start college, is that they want to see the world. Para bang they want to know what they want to take up. Ako naman, ang feeling ko, will you really know? Diba? You'll never really know naman and do you really need a year to figure that out?
I think the year is the one that makes it scary because it's a whole year.
Yes. Oh, and I see already a disadvantage as that because to me, it really mattered a lot. Maiwan ka ng batchmates mo.
Yeah.
So you're a solo, when you march, for me, malungkot yun, when you march for your graduation, hindi mo kasama yung batchmates mo.
Yeah.
Because I had a good friend of mine, she had HEPA. So that one naman was not her way.
Yeah, and that happens to people, like, example, at a young age, they lose one of their parents.
So they have to take
that wouldn't be what we talk about.
Ito yung willful,
it's a voluntary.
It's a choice that they made
gap year.
of delaying just to figure things out. And usually they say it's just an excuse to travel.
Yeah. I think, though, that the three of us, at least,
you already had an excuse to travel.
We had the JTA, the Junior Term Abroad, where we studied for
a semester,
an entire semester abroad, and we were lucky enough to go to Europe, France, kami ni Marty, France, Enrique naman, Germany. That's why we didn't feel the need, at least maybe, nabusog na kami dun sa international living experience.
Yes.
And I think the number one reason why we don't think na may karapatan is because when you're studying, unless at high school, you came up with a business and you already, if you're one of those exceptional students that earned so much na before you even went to college, I would think that would be different. But my experience, and I think experience of 99% of the students, is that up until your college, you're not really earning yet.
Napaka first world problem nga nito.
Yeah. This is a more Western ideology.
But we're actually taking after them at least for those who are medyo affluent, that they can afford to delay. Kasi ako nasasayangan ako dun sa delay. Maybe, I don't know if this is the right mindset in this era, but kasi kami, para bang wag kang mag-aksaya ng oras. So, kung yung college degree kasi sa amin is like a requirement So let's have that
That
done.
first. Okay, so
Oh,
I guess we
done
can
and over
we
with.
can agree there that the before college one or before you even done studying, gap years are unnecessary.
Yeah,
That is our opinion.
so we think that it's an excuse to travel, and then parang sayang din kasi hindi ka makakagraduate with your batchmate, and
Yeah.
the cost. You should always remember then, especially if you're not funding your own college education,
Yeah.
mag-inflation eh. So the sooner that you're done, the better for your parents. Kasi baka your parents also have dreams of retiring at this age, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Plus, again, and I think I'm talking from my generation, how will the employer see your resume? If you didn't do really something that's very socially aware and earth-moving in your gap year, parang sadot ka lang. Sadot means lazy in Ilocano.
Is it sadut or is it sadutak?
No, sadotak is I am lazy.
Ah, okay.
Sadot is the root word.
Sadutak. Okay. But then on the other side of it, since this is a Western ideology and stuff, it's common to be a working student when you're in university and when you're in college. So I think that would be different. Since I was lucky enough not to experience it.
That's right.
Because that's also a gap year before working also. Okay, so now let's jump to that. The one after college.
The rest, what I call
The
rest.
one you call rest, but it also falls on the under the umbrella of a gap year. Of
Okay.
taking a year off before working. Go.
Okay. So again, for me, speaking from my generation, when you're done with college, your parents' responsibility is also done. So, tuloy-tuloyin mo na yon. And actually, right now, para sa akin, bahala ka, wala ka ng allowance, di ba?
Yeah.
And it is also better for you if your track is really to find a job. You find a job na, in fact, even before you graduate. Because, ano yan eh, may competition na naman yan. And the sooner you start, the better. I don't know, wala ako masyadong concept ng mga I have to rest, mga ganyan. I don't really buy that. And of course, I'm not saying that it's the right perspective, but it is my perspective.
Yeah. Okay. With that naman, I agree with your points, but the idea of sticking to a norm.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
kasi the
You're
norm
right.
is you get a job kaagad right after college. Since that is society's standard now, the way people are gonna think is kailangan talaga na magtrabaho na ako right after graduating. Which I believe naman isn't the case.
Okay.
Yun nga, we talked before about financial umbilical cord. So if you get to save enough naman and you have enough oxygen to survive for a couple of months naman. Me, personally, I think 12 months, a whole year of a gap year is too long. But I am a subscriber na you need to have those 2 brainless months. I will cap it at 2. Because in college, you're really churning and you're really always stressed, ganon.
Okay.
I think that it's important to have that time off.
Okay.
Na you're not necessarily working. Kasi, for many reasons. The first one is because we need to know what it's like to be scared. We need to really live outside of that structure. Because in school, all our years, pretty much our entire life, we had this schedule to follow. That Monday, every day I have school, then I have, let's say you have training or something after, and then weekends is your break before you go back to school.
Okay.
But it's only in this time after college when you don't have
Any structure.
any visible road to take.
Okay.
You need to have that, you have to let it simmer. You can't have 1 week off and think, oh yeah, I already know what it's like to have that time off.
Well, I respect that opinion, but siguro it also has something to do not just about my generation, but also yung themes ko, yung how I am wired.
Yeah.
Competition kasi is high on my list and
maximizer.
even maximizer. So maybe just because of my wiring, those things don't really sit very well with me. Although I know I'm saying that not everybody's wired like me. But I do see the importance of allowing yourself some nakatanga time, di ba?
Yeah.
Even while you were studying.
How would you measure that? What is a concrete time frame of
Nakatanga time.
time lang?
Okay. Alam mo, wala ako talagang in terms of number of days, months.
Weeks, months.
But this is also probably one of my rationales. I think kasi finding a job kasi yung usual route namin noon, di ba? So, even if you just go and look for a job, hello, hindi ka naman makakahanap agad ng trabaho. So that
Yeah.
already is your gap year. Hindi ka naman,
Yeah.
unless ikaw naman yung valedictorian na napaka-summa cum laude, no? Na everybody's naka-line up na for you. In fact, even if you graduated with honors, hindi pa rin ganon.
Yeah.
Plus, even if you do get a job offer, that's not necessarily the job that you like.
Yeah.
So you really
I
have
think that's
to
the
get...
harder one pa.
Yes. So you really have to get something that yung may intersection.
Yeah.
So I think that also kumbaga cemented my belief na you just start looking for a job na agad. Wag ka na mag-deliberately tumunganga because hey, hindi ka naman pipilahan ng mga companies
Yeah.
to hire you.
Yeah.
So in my case, I graduated in March. I started working on May 1.
Yeah.
So, siguro, di ba, sometimes you believe in what you did. May mga ganong effect. Para bang just because this is how you did it,
Yeah.
and it worked well for you. So,
It's your way.
it's
that's
my
not,
way.
It's not everyone else's
But
way.
I do recognize that it's not everybody's way.
Yeah.
Because somebody who is not wired like me might have had a hard time na, wala man lang siyang enough time to
And that would have
be
destroyed
lazy.
the foundation of
Yeah.
kasi pag yung first job mo pag ang ayaw mo na yan, that changes it compared to you really have that inner drive to work na kagad. Okay, there's something I'm learning recently, yung difference to how it was done back in the day. Kasi syempre, what I was raised to know what the right way is mama and papa's way. Because that's how a child learns. But then now as you're getting older and I'm getting more of my experience, the world is different now eh. So
Definitely.
you
And
really
I agree
can't
with that.
you really can't play by the same rules we
Yes.
did 20, 30 years ago, diba? I think that going back to that idea I brought up now, when you set this society norm, then that's how people are gonna think. The way you raise us would be yung maximize talaga the effort ganun. That's why I have been making that conscious effort to look at what is the other side ba of this maximizing. There are many good points and many benefits to maximizing, but if you're very focused lang on
Tunnel vision ka.
yes, on this maximize, there are many good things, there are many good parts of maximizing, but there are also some good lessons and good things you might miss out on since you're focusing on this one thing.
Yes.
And that's something I have experienced, having this different kind of work, different kind of line of work, and different kind of work hours. Last week, our episode, we talked to Kuya Marty and his brand and company and how the people nga these days it's not anymore 8 or 9 hour straight we're working.
Yes,
It's I'm gonna work a bit, I'm gonna chill, work a bit,
Yeah.
work a bit. It's annoying. It's more. The structure is really different now. That's why I would be more. I guess I'd be more open to the idea of having that gap time. Not necessarily a year, but that gap time. It's something that share my story na what I went through kasi. It wasn't a deliberate gap year. It's more of finding my way after college.
Yes.
The when we talk about gap year naman kasi, it's not really just I'm gonna do nothing because I'm really gonna do nothing because I deserve to do nothing.
That's what we were very careful with.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to get entitled.
Yeah, I really believe that if you go into this gap time, logically speaking, I could have probably worked naman. But I never even...
You mean worked with the company?
Worked with a company, like, that's my batchmates. Almost all my blockmates are in e-commerce. That would be an example. But then, I think that it was important. Again, I can say this looking back na since okay naman yung
Nangyari sa
dinaanan
buhay
ko,
mo.
o baka tama naman yung path ko. Since now, it was only after a year that I got to get in mix that it made everything else make sense. That would be my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. In your case kasi, para baka I was confident then because it's not as if you were not working because you were always also trying to get gigs, diba? And since we already established that that's the career path you want to take, I was fine with that. It's not as if you were not doing anything.
Yeah.
So, and since
But I was doing less. I was really doing less than what my working
the older
batchmates were
brothers,
doing.
and your batchmates
Yeah.
as well.
Of course, with my older brothers are doing, I was doing less.
So, para bang, since the financial umbilical cord has been cut,
Yeah.
and you were on your own, I was more at peace with that than seeing you na wala ka talagang ginagawa at all. Tapos, humihingi ka pa ng allowance. Hindi na pa pwede sa akin
Yeah,
yun.
yeah.
Hindi na pwede sa akin yun. But going back to yung time nga na to just do nothing. Ako, I also believe in that. And you don't have to have a full year for that, which is what you said, but you have to insert those spurts of time talaga in your everyday.
Even while you're working na.
Yes, even while you're working. Because ako nga, I always get my best ideas when I'm washing my face. Yung mga ganon. And a pregnant woman would have her contractions na you're about to give birth.
Wait, sorry, what is the connection?
When you are relaxed. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm gonna say.
Is that when your water breaks? That's when you chill? It's when you chill?
No, when the contraction. Kasi you go through, yung titigas na yung tiyan mo, malapit na.
Oh my God.
And that happens.
Ew.
Kaya ngayon, alam mo yung mga nangyayari na yung biglang nanganganak. Parang, I don't know.
Di ako familiar with
Kasi
birthing
the science of that is the contraction which leads to the giving birth. It really happens pagka medyo relax ka. Di ba to, yung mga pelikula pag stress na stress. Kunan naman yun. Anyway.
My big worry though about when you talk about these type of topics kasi, it's so easy to fully buy it. No. Alright. Yeah, that's one. But then what I'm saying is it's so easy to fully buy into that ideology. For example, when we say, you should chill, you should give yourself time to chill, it's also delikado kasi it can easily make someone keep chilling na lang and say, no, kasi you need to have some chill time. Mm-mm. It's the same way how when we say now you have to maximize your time, you have to work agad. You need to have that time. Yeah, there has to be that balance talaga. And going back to how I'm doing my career now, I was really scared then for an amount of time.
Yes.
But I think that fear was necessary.
Yes.
It became part of my drive.
What was the fear? Would you like to share?
Well, one, being someone who loves to go out with his friends, and then my generation that's very much social media. Kitang-kita ko talaga na people are in the office, people are working, and people have, it's the weekend, we can finally go out. Ako parang
What weekend?
Parang, sige, yeah, let's go out. It became more of, I like going out on weekends because my friends were going out on weekends. The vacations now are more sarap if there was work talaga in the week.
Yeah.
So yun, going back that, but then at the same time, I'm proud of myself and confident since I had that fear. Let's say, knock on wood, there's something that's gonna happen, something bad happens. I've been through that kind of limbo state, so I know that I can survive it also.
Yeah.
Because there are people also na I would hear na it's their dream to probably do what Kim Arty does na they want to start their own thing, pero I'm gonna work muna. But they didn't know what it was like to not have work because I was studying in school, ME or good course, I was hired na kagad. So their world, the way they lived, the way they looked at life is there's always a plan na. Like I really have these steps to do, and I know and there are people who are getting me na for them. But then if you're gonna start your own thing lang, you just erase everything which is a situation, a mindset that they are not used to.
Yeah.
But then since I had that would be the benefit na for me. Since kahit
been there, done that.
Yeah, and may ganon na well, it's still worse kasi walang kita, walang work, ganon. But that's the benefit na of it. That's my takeaway from it. Since I was in that limbo state, alam ko na. Parang napass ko na yung level na yun sa video game. So if I go to a level that's sort of like that, mas alam ko na kaya kong daanan.
That's a good that's a fair rationalization.
And gap year naman kasi in general, it's very vague to talk about it. I guess one of my final statements about a gap year, you have to have a plan. That
yes.
There are gap years where you don't do anything, where it looks like you're not doing much. But then if you have a plan, that's for me in my book, that's what would make it right.
Uy, that reminds me kasi we have a message here, no? Hanapin ko lang sa okay, so ito. Gusto niya when I tried to ask kasi parang bang are there any things that you would like to discuss with your sons?
Okay.
So ito, isa doon sa mga questions niya, gusto niya tanungin sa son niya. Pero siguro may jahe. Do you feel offended when I tell you to just find a job for the sake of having one? Or do you want me to respect your request, not to pressure you on finding a job, and trust you on your stand on finding one that you really like and where you know you'll be happy? Kunyari, can we just
Okay,
role
with
play? Kunyari, I really asked you that question. How would you answer that? Do you get offended if I tell you, can you just find a job for the sake of having a job? Kasi of course, the mom, my generation siguro, is being already stressed na, oh my God, pinag-aaral ko itong anak ko sa Ateneo.
And I think
trabaho.
that the parent, mainly because kayo yung nagpa-aral, kayo yung nagpakain, you have the right to say that.
Okay.
Although, I don't think it would be the most efficient way.
Okay.
For my story, I guess, I believe that hopefully I would somehow end up here din naman, hosting. If I were to get a job kaagad, madedelay lang. I'll probably still be in the job now kasi 1 year pa lang ako since I graduated. I'd probably still be in the job now, which, at least as of now, the way I look at it, I wouldn't have a long-term future in e-commerce, marketing type of job. That's not for me. Madedelay. Maybe, hopefully then I'll end up hosting, diba? Getting to host events, host shows on TV.
Pero ganito since the mom really wants to say that, but she's a bit adamant to doing it, ikaw, what would you suggest to the mom? Ano yung magiging advice mo? How will she... Kasi alam mo, pent up niya yan, emotions niya yan and she definitely probably wants to have a heart-to-heart talk with her. Pero alam mo na yung mga emotions.
Okay, first I think it would be timing.
Timing. Okay, number one is
right
timing.
When the child graduates or when he or she's about to graduate, I would really preach and ask parents, chill. like you need to let them like if the week after graduation, tas paano mo na kagad? If you guys the situation is if he doesn't need to contribute to the bills naman. I think I think they have they have earned the right to chill. Because if the child needs to pay the bills
if the child needs to contribute financially, what do you think?
I think
they have to talk.
I would wish that it comes from the child na I need to...
How will you be nudged to do that without without your mom sounding like
okay, when it comes to that kasi, we can go back to the idea of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Mas basic kasi if it comes to a question of we need enough money for food and to pay the bills and everything, you have to do it na. You have to, it's a necessary even na i-pressure, at least I think, na pressure mo na yung children what to help.
How do you want to be approached about that? Kasi gusto ko
let's say there's medical bills we have to pay
or just the typical electric bill, rent, whatever na medyo hirap tayo and I'm really parang expecting you to help. How would you want to be approached by me?
First of all, I wouldn't want to be approached because I wouldn't want to be in that kind of situation. Sana.
So you'd like sana ikaw na lang ang mag-volunteer.
Yeah. But then if it's a need, I think even if it's not nice, you just have to do it.
You just have to do it.
But if it's naman, it's because if we talk about the situation the mom wants the child to work because the mom wants the child to work just for their own sake na ayaw kita magutom and everything, then that changes the whole game na. That's a different conversation.
Sige, let's go to that part nga na paano ka kita kakausapin. Anton, kailangan ko na rin yung contribution mo para sa house bills.
Sorry, what situation are you talking about?
So parang medyo gipit tayo sa pera tapos pa-chill ka.
No, I think it's the parents, the role also.
So you would like me to be me?
Yeah, you have to. I wouldn't. I'm me one. I am saying again, I wouldn't want. But then, if the child isn't the one voluntarily doing it, to the parents out there, if you feel like there is that sort of initiative na from the child, acknowledge it and respect it, because that's a big thing. Then because the natural order of things supposedly is that the kids aren't going to take care financially naman. Hindi mo naman pinapaaral yung anak nyo for them to pay for you Hindi naman siya investment na parang gano'n.
But if that is the current family situation, then every family
But going back to what I mentioned, if there is that initiative, you respect it na, okay, you acknowledge one that you're thankful that they have that initiative. Kasi it can also be na parang you see the initiative, tas you treat them the same way as if tamad sila na wala silang initiative at all. Like example, Hello Love Goodbye.
Hindi ko na
when Kathleen Kathleen an OFW and she's the one paying for her
Everything.
her siblings, I mean the shoes, the pambasol, everything. But then the moment she can't, parang they think that they would say na parang tinatagikuran mo na yung pamilya mo. You have to respect na if there is again, so going back, if there is that initiative, you respect it, and since there's that initiative, you parang you need, let's say you need 100% help. Since the kid is already offering na 15% help, yung pagnag mo, yung pag remind
focus on
mo,
the unmet.
85% na lang yung bigay mo. Even kasi you trust na your child, you're gonna fill up that 100%. You need that 100%. Kung 0% na tamad-tamad siya, bigay mo yung 100%. Pero kung Catherine naman siya na bibigyan na siya ng 85%, edi 15% na lang yung pagnag mo.
Ganon.
That would be my So I think to conclude it's really more of, and what I learned then with how you handled me was the most important thing is that I had a plan.
Yes.
The timing of it na it was just a year naman since I graduated college, but I had a plan. So even if there were days na I'm at home lang or I wake up late, ganon, there is a plan naman there.
And
There is a direction.
And I think it's also important that the child communicates what he is doing. Kasi diba, if we are left in the dark, and that's why we have this you presenting to us, diba? And that really helps both parties, diba? Parang we see, alam mo kasi ang pinakamahirap yung wala kang ginagawa eh. Parang all thinking. Kasi iniisip ko pa, mama, kung anong gusto ko iniisip. Hindi pwedeng iniisip. Kailangan may ginagawa ka. So if you're able to communicate in a healthy manner na ito yung ginagawa ko, even if it didn't succeed, di ba? Ito yung sinubukan ko pero hindi ako natanggap. That's already a progress eh. So that, I think the communication is really very helpful. You just have to know what is happening so that yung plan mo, nakikita rin namin na paano na i-implement. And it doesn't have to be na kagad, no? Yung bonanza, bonus, nakakuha kagad ng job or
it's those little steps you need to
that's the most
that,
important.
that the gears are moving. Okay, and that, I guess my last point for this discussion will be how communication is really important.
Key.
A question na pala, back when you were my age, was it common na for the parents and children to be open about this type of stuff? Kasi I know na mas uso yung parang distant kind of relationship
Kasi Lola was ahead of her time di ba? So she was really open. And ginaya ko yung style niya that we were open to argue, pero syempre may parameters yan it was fine to have another perspective. Yeah.
But then I'm sure there are lots of not everyone is like has that mindset. Has that mindset like Lola. That's why to the parents, my request would be that parents should also should also make that effort na another way can work. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. But 5 times 2 is equal to 10.
Also.
Now you have to trust that algebra that we are going to reach 10. We are going to reach that. It's just gonna be in another way.
So I think naisip ko lang ngayon so you should really come together. I mean, have a discussion and argue your way, argue your perspective, let the other one argue his perspective, and then come up with compromise. Kasi lalo na if you're still living with your parents, you just have to also follow their rules, diba? So yun, gap year, there is really that emerging perspective now. And even if I am very uncomfortable with it, I know that I have to listen to the merits of it because there are merits to having that, and it's just a matter of understanding each other kasi pareho yun ang point. Pareho lang naman kayong gusto puntahan Success for the child.
So it's a discussion. We believe it should be open and it should be talked about, not just the gap year, but then
everything
the spirit behind. All right, so thank you guys for listening to that episode of
Mom and Son Podcast. This has been Rose Fausto, FQ Mom,
and Anton, Fausto the Son. See you guys next week. Bye. Mom and Son Podcast airs every Tuesday at 7 a.m. or anytime at your convenience and can be streamed on Spotify, Buzzsprout, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Just search Mom and Son Podcast for your weekly dose of family, finance, passions, and everything in between. For all questions and suggestions on topics or people to interview, email us at antonfausto@gmail.com.